Welcome back to our 9 Minutes Enough, our Ed Tech podcast here at Region 9. I'm Christy Johnson.
I'm Brady Dalton.
And here we are still in January 2026. Can't believe it's already here.
Yeah, number 2.
Number 2 episode. And last time we talked a little bit about reset. And I know January is always a time that we think about goals and, setting those resolutions and the jokes that go along with that. So I think it's maybe something we can do where let's reframe goals just a little bit. Yeah. Let's talk about what's next for us.
Yeah. What's next? I mean, we're kind of new together.
Yeah.
I'm really new here. And so I think every month is new.
It does kind of feel that way right now.
Me. For those of you who, I know in the education world, you wear many hats.
Yes.
And that's no different at Region 9. And so who knows what I'll be doing next month, the month after that.
It is. Yeah.
Just exciting things for us and how we're adding more programs and how we're doing more podcasts.
Yes.
And we even have an ambassador program that we're starting up as well. So hopefully somebody at your district is learning a lot of fun things.
Yeah. And like I said, we're excited about that. Yeah. A way to kind of make a bridge between us and school districts and campuses. And I think that's an exciting part for what's next. So we're really looking forward to some of those things. And of course, like I said, we're doing 2 of these a month, 2 podcasts a month. So I think that's kind of fun as well. And we just keep on going. But I think I like the idea of maybe not setting the goals so much as just thinking about what's coming up next, whether that's what's next month, this month, next week.
Sure.
Some days it's what's next today. I think it's all about breaking those things down. I've heard a lot of stuff here lately about micro goals. We've heard about micro learning for a while now.
Yeah.
And so I think those micro goals is something that's really nice. What can I do today? What can I do tomorrow? What can I do next week? Yeah. And keeping it really small. And I think that's really powerful. I read some research that students do really well with that as well because it's motivating. It moves them forward when they know they're making progress, that they're more willing to try. And I love that. And so I think if it applies to kids, it applies to adults too. We can all benefit from that kind of mindset shift.
Yeah, I think, man, you're going to make fun of me here, but my daughter's favorite, or not anymore, but her favorite cartoon was Frozen.
Oh, well,
and in Frozen 2, Anna sings a song. She's all sad and depressed, and she doesn't know what to do. And the song is just do the next right thing.
Oh, I love it.
And so just everything she does, just do the next right thing. Don't worry about 15 steps ahead of you.
Yep.
Just what's the right thing in this one step.
There's actually a podcast for adults that is the next right thing. Yeah. Emily P. Freeman, I believe is her name. So it's just about, sometimes it's overwhelming to look at the big picture. Yeah. And I think that goes, think about the classroom. If you look at the whole big picture, it is really overwhelming. Yeah. And so breaking it down and making it smaller and thinking about just what is next, what's going to be right for this next piece is super helpful. That big picture can be a lot to look at.
And I think when the first semester is going, right? And so you're like, okay, August hits, we're doing all the fun things, all the sports, all the programs. And it's just, I think the fall semester flies by. Yeah. Because then you're quickly into all the holidays. Yeah. And then my wife's a teacher, I was in education, and we all know you get back from Christmas and there's this 3-month span that you are just drudging through, trying to get to the next day. And there's so much pressure on your back because testing's coming up. And so what are those things that we can do today that's success? Let's not worry about April and May. Yeah. But let's focus on the little things we can do today.
A big kind of shift in my productivity came when I started listing 3 things for the day. Yeah. And I would make the list, and I still do it. I make the list in the afternoon before I leave for the next day. So that when I get there, there is no time wasted on thinking. I just know these 3 things are my top priorities. Yeah. That doesn't mean that there are only 3 things on my list. Right. There is a massive task list going in my Google sidebar,
for sure.
But I know which 3 things I need to spend the most effort on, the most mental, kind of power on. Yeah. And it's motivating though, because then when those 3 get done, I'm like, okay, now I can go look and see what else. Yeah. Now it's extra. So that little shift kind of helps a ton.
I think that would be very beneficial for me because throughout my entire career, it's my wife would be like, "What'd you do today?" It's I don't know what I did today because you do so many things throughout the day. But if you have I knew going into the day that these were my 3 goals. Yeah. Now you might not have accomplished those 3 goals. Right. Some days there's days where you don't do it. Yeah. But just having that mindset of going in that what you're doing already, I think helps you out because there's so many times where you feel so overwhelmed with what you're doing, you don't do anything. Yeah. And so, like, if you
paralysis,
always have that,
right? Decision paralysis.
Absolutely. But if you have that list that you can just look off to the side and say, "Oh, these are my priorities for the day," it really helps you focus on that.
And I used to do just on a little Post-it. In fact, I have a little set of Post-its that just says 3 things, and it's just 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
But I actually have started using a whiteboard because, again, I see it as soon as I come in, and I know, like, okay, these are my 3 things, and I can check them off, and it moves. So that part is nice. So, kind of here in January, though, what are some of the things that maybe we're looking at and exploring? I think that, it's a time for something new, try something different. One of the things that I've been playing with more is Gemini versus ChatGPT. And we know AI is all the big rage. And I still am pretty loyal to my ChatGPT, but man, Gemini is really picking it up.
Yeah. I mean, if you're on our EdTech newsletters or anything like that, we've been sending out some fun things we've been making with Gemini. We did a fun little greetings card. And if you haven't seen it, it looks just like us. Every single member of us.
It's pretty cool.
And so, like, it's like what we've talked about in the past. It learns from you. It learns from what you're asking. And the more you give it, the more information you tell it, the more accurate it can be. And it's just fun having that continual conversation that it can go back to and reference. And so just, man, guys, you can make anything. You really can.
Well, and just some of the cool outputs that it's got available in Gemini that aren't available, say, in ChatGPT. You can go straight to a draft email. So you could email your kind of chat to somebody else. You can, you can share, or you can export straight to docs so it looks nice and clean, and then you can just edit and delete, and then now you have a working document. I mean, it's just that part is really nice, but the graphics have been really spot on. ChatGPT has been struggling just a bit with those graphics. They tend to look all the same. And so it's interesting to see how Gemini is kind of coming up with new ones.
With Gemini, like, because it is Google based, and it's like, everyone's Google Workspace is a little different, like what they pay for and stuff like that, right? But like for me, personal and work, you've got the Gemini button in your browser. And like, man, there's been so many times I've been working on something that I don't like. I'm trying to go to the help desk for things, and you can just say, Gemini, what am I supposed to be doing here? And it just knows. And it tells you what to do.
And you're ahead of me in that game. I have not started playing with that part of it as much. Like, I'm all about the little chatting back and forth and that kind of thing, but I haven't done a lot of the playing with it embedded into your platforms and things like that.
Definitely give it a try.
That's pretty cool. But that's not all the tech that's kind of coming around. I know schools are just implementing so many cool programs now to really get kids in technology. And from drone programs to esports to just finding what VR can do for them, how you can have virtual field trips, things like that, that bring the real world into the classroom. What are you kind of seeing in that world?
I know a lot of districts have started to kind of dabble in the drone program. And I think what's crazy about that is it's some people from the outside looking in they say that's just kind of a pastime. It's just a fun thing they're doing. That's a legit job.
It absolutely
is. You can work for the government. You can work for all these organizations where like you are you're a pilot. You are a legit pilot. You're flying these expensive things. And so like it's not just a fun thing. It is a skill these kids are learning that could actually turn into a career.
Well, and it's the use kind of case for it crosses over so many different occupations. It's being used in agriculture and real estate kind of, you could be in real estate, whether residential or not. I mean, like there are just so many places that it's being used.
Well, they use it for like search and rescue. I mean, like the application for this is insane.
Yeah, it is. And I think it's really neat to see some of those programs kind of develop. And of course, esports has been around for a long time, but it's not going away. I think people thought it would be a fad, and colleges are now putting those programs
big money.
Not just into like their extras, the clubs and the groups. Their scholarship money is attached to it now, and competitions and things are really building. So it's really cool to see these different kind of places for technology to come into like a real world application. So.
And I feel like I still am on team Grumpy Grandpa.
Grumpy Grandpa.
Where it's like, you can't spend all your time at home playing video games, right? But like legit, if it pays for college, let's carve out some time. Are you good at this? Let's practice a little bit.
I know. Yeah. It is really cool to see where technology is going, and we're really looking forward to just in these podcasts and all the resources that we offer. Kind of exploring some of these new things, and we'd love to hear people's stories of what these are looking like on their campuses. So I think that's kind of a great place for us to end today. That we would really love to hear some stories from our districts. What's being used, what's working, and where do you see this going?
Absolutely, we can come out and see see it.
Absolutely.
And
We'd love to. Absolutely. And we're going to try to bring in maybe some guests that can kind of share with us a little bit about what they're seeing in kind of the real world as well. So awesome. Well, until next time, we will see you again.
Thank you.